Yeest of yaw, yawest of ye. It's me, Purple, and today I'm going to be talking about something that is coming up at the time of me making this. In fact, it is in about a day. I'm talking about Valentine's Day. My favorite day of the year. The day of the year that I get to show off no one. Because I'm lonely and I will forever be lonely. But, listen, I have a point to why we should abolish Valentine's Day. Okay? So, let's talk about why Valentine's Day is a thing. It is to show affection to your partner, right? And that's what it's for. It's supposed to be like, oh yeah, you know, we're in love, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But nowadays, Valentine's Day is just retarded because the only reason people use it is to get gifts from their other. Or at least, that's what the youth uses it for. And that's what the youth is gonna use it for later in life. And yeah, like that's so crazy, because like we're really about to leave this holiday that kids just use as a way to get gifts. That's so crazy. But here's a story, okay? So today in my school, this boy, I do not know his name, he walked into the main building of my school, which is like where the cafe is, and in between the rows of tables there's like this kind of wide gap for students to walk through, and this boy goes there with a sign in his hands that says, "Will you be my Valentine?" And I see him walk over and everybody starts piling around him because they're like, oh snap, he's about to ask somebody to be his Valentine. And everybody starts gathering around. Everybody gets into this big old kerfuffle. And then there's just... It was literally like one of those videos on the internet. It was like, he goes up with a sign, and then the girl walks in, and she's like, oh my god, oh my god. Except, instead of her going, oh my god, yes, and then they hug and kiss or whatever, she was like, oh my god, he's asking me. Turned around and walked away. Like, she just walked away. Like, she sat there, sitting there like, what's happening? Like, is this for me? Like almost like she didn't know him. And then she just walked away. She like turned around and was like, move guys, move. And she like pushed everyone out the way, and I was like, bro, this kid just got his Valentine's Day proposal rejected in public. It wasn't like over text messages, because over text messages, you know, it's like you know, well, it's not like but it's like not as big as getting rejected in front of everyone when everyone was recording. And I know that it's bad, because after that, I went upstairs to the library, and I told this girl that wasn't there, that wasn't in the cafeteria, about it. And I was like, bro, did you guys see what happened at lunch? And she was like, what do you mean? I was like, that kid that got rejected. And she was like, what are you talking about? And then I told her. And I knew that it was really bad when literally within the next 10 minutes after me telling her that story, her friend goes on Instagram, okay, and shows her the video. Like, she's like, oh, is this what you're talking about? And shows me a video of the kid walking up to the girl, and they watch it, and I was like, bro, that's how fast it's been posted and spread. It's already on Instagram, and it's been less than 20 minutes. It's been less than half an hour. It's been less than even 20 minutes, and people are already posting it. And not only that, but people are already seeing it. And then the craziest part was that after lunch had ended, right? And lunch is like maybe it's like a bit over half an hour long. After lunch had ended, I was like, bro, I'm gonna see this kid. I'm gonna like see this kid while walking to class. And I see him. And bro, when that kid got rejected, he had a really sad face. He wasn't crying, but he was really sad. And then I see him on my way to my next period, and he's talking with this one girl. He's talking with a different girl. And he's just all fine. Like he's like, you know, normal face. Like he was like laughing. He was smiling. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, bro. And this is why we should abolish Valentine's Day. Because that kid probably got peer pressured by his friends. Like this is my motive this is what I think his motive was to do that. Okay? He got peer pressured into having a Valentine's by his friends. Okay? And then since he got peer pressured, he was like, you know what, I'm gonna force this girl to say yes. Because what's the one way that you almost like you have increased odds of a girl saying yes to you is if you do it in public. Because no, like that's kind of rare for her to be like no. Like usually it'd be a thing where it's like where it's like, oh yeah, she says no, but she'll say yes in front of everyone, and then you guys talk about it later, and then she's like, yeah, nah, never mind, homie, peace. You know? And so I feel like that's why he did it. He went up to her with all that and all these people to try to get her to say yes and like force her in, like he tried to peer pressure her into saying yes. Because he got peer pressured into asking her. And so yeah. And like that's so crazy, and that's why I think that like I'm not even joking, we should abolish Valentine's Day. Because kids just get peer pressured into having Valentines. And honestly, like the kids who are dating, like the kids who have significant others, right? They don't even ask to be each other's Valentines. They just assume that they're each other's Valentines. Now, there may be some kids who aren't like that, but half the time, like no couple is like, oh, can I be your Valentine to the other one? No, they're just like, hey, we're Valentines, right? Because they're like, we're dating, so we're Valentines. That's why I just feel like it's so stupid. It's so stupid. You know, and it just really ruins the whole point of Valentine's Day. And yeah, it just becomes a competition, like who can have a Valentine and who can't. You know? And that's not good. Like promoting people to not do what they want to do is not good. And now let me get into the real reason that I think we should abolish Valentine's Day. I'm lonely. There's this girl that I kind of really fuck with, and she fucked me over today, and it really hurt. It hurt my soul. Like, today is her first day of being broken up with her boyfriend, right? And so, you know, I was like, oh, you know, I'm here for you, blah blah blah. And so she was like, oh, we should go to the library for study hall. And so when we did that, she made us walk by her ex's class and shit, because, you know, she's not over him, whatever, blah blah blah. But she made me go to the library, and then when we got to the library, the lady was like, oh, you guys need to come sign in. Make sure you have your ID and your pass. And then she was like, oh, well, we have to go then. Like, the girl was like, oh, we have to go. And I was like, okay, you know, we didn't have a pass, so either way we were gonna get yeeted out of there. So we go, and instead of, because we have the same study hall, that's why we were not gonna go, because we have the same study hall. And so I assumed that we were gonna go to study hall. No, this girl makes me walk her to another class, right? Another class, and she stays, and she doesn't go to study hall. So she makes me tardy to class, right? Just so that she can not go to study hall. And so I literally spent 20 minutes out of study hall, which isn't like a big thing. Like I don't mind missing study hall. But I got a tardy in study hall just so that she can go to a different teacher's classroom. Which just pissed me the fuck off. That pissed me the fuck off. And like, bro, I'm telling you, you don't understand how mad I was. Because I was about to be like, you know what? That's why he fucking broke your heart. Like, fuck you. Like, that's the kind of level of pettiness that I was on right there. Like, I was ready to just be like, you know what? Fuck you. I hate you. Don't talk to me. We're not friends. That's why he broke your heart. LOL. Get out of my face. Don't talk to me. Like, that's what I legit wanted to say to her because she made me do that. Like, because I only get to talk to her on, like, every 2 days. Like, every 2 days of school. So, if it's, like, a 5-day week, I may only see her 2 or 3 times a week. And, well, that's not the only time that I see her, but that's the only time that I really get to talk to her. Because the only other time that we see each other is in, like, lunch for a couple minutes a day, and then, like, in the halls and shit. But, whatever. So, like, that's what really pulled my strings. And then, like, I heard, and that's the thing is, literally everybody that doesn't have a Valentine's is like, I'm not coming Thursday. Like, so first, it's making kids get peer pressured into wanting to, like, have a significant other, right? It's making them get peer pressured into that. And then, after they get peer pressured into getting a Valentine, if they don't get a Valentine, then half the kids are just like, I'm not coming to school. And I know that some of those kids are being legit. Like, there are kids who just won't show up to school because they don't want to see everybody else. Like, they don't want to see everybody else all happy, lovey-dovey and shit. And shit, I mean, I would stay home, but if I stay home, my mom would, like, beat the shit out of me. And also, I get to see that girl again, so, yeah. But, yeah, so, like, I don't know, we should just completely abolish Valentine's Day because it's trash and I'm lonely. And just like every other freaking holiday, it's completely pointless. Like, why do we have a President's Day? It makes no sense. No one even cares about the presidents other than Abraham Lincoln and George Washington. So who even cares? Like it's one of those. It's like no one really cares about it. It just happens. And yeah, it's been your boy Purple, and peace.